In less than 24 hours, malls, restaurants and places of worship will open right across the country except for containment zones. After almost 2 months of lockdown, shopping, eating out and offering prayers outside will now be possible. The Health Ministry has come out with elaborate guidelines about each sector. According to these new rules, malls will see staggered visitors. Temperature screenings will be a must at entrances, and visitors will be allowed only if they use face masks, which should be worn at all times inside malls. Shops inside malls have been asked to keep minimum visitors. Cinema halls, gaming arcades and children's play areas within malls will remain closed, however. Restaurants too have been asked to operate with 50% seating capacity, and eateries have been asked to use disposable menus. Many restaurants, however, say that they will focus more on takeout rather than dining in services. At religious places, no touching of idols is allowed. Everything, however, will remain shut in containment zones. None of this applies to hotspots and containment areas.
Restaurant associations have flagged several concerns, including financial viability and the logistics of opening a restaurant which must close by 9 p.m. and cannot serve liquor. In addition, the fact that the Delhi government has said that only takeaway and delivery services will be allowed is having a massive impact on the decision-making by the restaurants. In New Delhi, with cameraman Sanjay, this is Anisha Mathur for India Today.
After the central government came out with standard operating procedures for the restaurant industry, the industry swung into action. A lot of restaurants, in fact, have removed a lot of furniture to make sure only 50% seating takes place when the restaurants finally open doors to customers after being in the lockdown for more than 2 months. You can see here also there is a distance of 6 feet between two tables. Now what this has done is that it has made one table into an island. In fact, we had heard of fusion food. Now we'll see the fusion of technology with the restaurant industry. Everything after the 8th of June will be different. Everything will be as contactless as possible. People will not even have menus. They will have technology. They'll have QR codes through which they'll be able to place their orders. Everything is being done to make sure that restaurants don't become the breeding ground for COVID-19. This is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting for India Today with camera person Parminder Sharma.
I'm coming to you from the heart of the city from a high-end restaurant called the Bangalore Cafe, and in just a couple of days this restaurant will be buzzing with business, with customer. Come the June 8th, business will start as usual because the state government and the central government has given permission to the restaurants to start their business. But the first thing that you see the change when you enter the restaurant are the foot marks that they have put here, so that there's a distance between the reception of the hotel and the customer. So one has to stand here and not go beyond it. And then the temperature will be checked by the person here who's handling the thermal gun. Only if your temperature is within the permissible limit, then you will be allowed to enter the restaurant. If at all you have symptoms of fever, you will be politely told to head back, because it's not only the risk to the customers here but also the hotel staff. The next step is, of course, the use of sanitizer. There's a foot pedal sanitizer, so you don't have to touch the bottle as well as the lever. It's a foot-operated sanitizer use. And the next thing that the hotel staff check here is the mask. Any customer who enters without mask will also be told to wear a mask, because it compulsory says you have to please put on a mask here. So there are 3 guidelines as soon as you enter the restaurant. Please use hand sanitizer, please put on the mask, and please put on the glove as well. So that's the entry point of the restaurant here called the Bangalore Cafe.
We are now at the Forum Shantiniketan Mall in Whitefield. Now we want to show you what exactly they have done to make sure that when you come over here, you and also the people working over in this place are safe. In fact, they have this particular board before you enter, and it's very important that you read it. If you do not have a mask, they will not allow you inside. Now, I want to show you the safety precautions that they are taking to make sure that you're safe when you use the lift. Social distancing is very, very important, and they want to hammer it into your heads so that, well, it's for your own safety. They have actually placed these markers over here, these distance markers. It clearly says, please maintain distance. So when people come over here, they need to follow this before they actually use a lift. I've now entered the food court, and the first thing that I noticed after entering this place is that all the tables and chairs have actually been spread apart in order to maintain social distancing. So the next time that you actually enter a mall, once they secure permission from the government of Karnataka as well as the centre. Please understand one thing. Wear your mask or they will not allow you inside. Maintain social distancing when you're actually inside here, because there's only that much that they can do. The responsibilities also lies with you.
PM has allowed few standalone stores like Uniqlo, Decathlon, takeaways and deliveries of F&B outlets. He's allowed that for now. So we're starting that from Monday. You will see more action. And what we've also done is, as far as UP is concerned, we are receiving a notification again. We will then open malls. After receiving a confirmed notification, we will take around 48 to 72 hours to make sure that the tenants are fully informed and we further enhance our sanitization efforts. Be fully prepared and then.
As if now we are doing the delivery and the people are coming in, some takeaways are going on and we are taking all the precautions. As you see, we are wearing the glove, sanitizer has been placed. So whenever the guy is coming, they are placing their hand. And from Monday onwards, we are looking forward to open with the minimum capacity of 50%. Right now, the people are aware, but there is a confusion, a bit of confusion is there. Like as the guidelines have came, but as the guests will come and we will do the things, so gradually the things will go on.
The most important thing that needs to be seen is social distancing. We are going for a limited menu to start away. The only difference that we see is the government also has changed the narrative. We need to learn to live with COVID. So the idea is to kickstart the economy, open our restaurants and see. So if you ask me right now, in terms of number of people we can accommodate, in terms of the operational hours that we will be able to function, we can't keep the restaurant open beyond 9 p.m. As well as there is already a weaker sentiment when it comes to dining in. So accounting all this, I think we wouldn't be able to do more than 30 to 40% of our pre-COVID business. But at the same time, we are hoping we'll be able to do some kind of a revenue sharing with our landlords.
So in KFC, we call it 4X safety, where we have thermal screening for each and every customer. Then we have sanitization. We offer sanitizer to every customer. Third is our contactless delivery, takeaway. As we know that dining, once it will operational, it will be only 50% of occupancy. So if you see, every one chair is removed from the tables. So if a group comes, there is a family, then we see that we have to request them to sit at a distance. So during dinner time, when families comes, a group of people come, then it might be a challenge. But in current scenario, our customers are completely following our request, whatever we are requesting to them.
The government wants there should be a 2 gaz duri, which is going to be disaster for opening a restaurant in Khan Market, because Khan Market space is not very big. Already, we have a very limited space, and if that is applied on these restaurants, then they may not be able to function, or it may not be a financially viable proposal to open the restaurant. And because of that, already few restaurants have decided to go from Khan Market, which is a bad news for Khan Market visitors and customers.
जो रेस्टोरेंट्स ओनर है उनका ये कहना है कि स्टाफ पर्याप्त मात्रा में नहीं है, काफी ज्यादा स्टाफ चला गया है, कुछ को कॉल कर रहे हैं वो लोग नहीं आ रहे, काफी कम लोगों के यहाँ स्टाफ है। आपको लगता है ये बहुत बड़ी चुनौती है?
बहुत बड़ी चुनौती है, और ये बेरोजगारी जो है एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या बन चुकी है। हमारे यहाँ भी 50% रेस्टोरेंट के साथ हम चला रहे हैं, और उनका भी भरण पोषण हमारे लिए बहुत मुश्किल है, क्योंकि कस्टमर नहीं है तो कैसे करेंगे हम।
With less than 24 hours to go for India's first phase of unlocking, Delhi's government has taken some very big decisions. Chief Minister Kejriwal has just announced a short while ago that the capital's borders will be reopened. They were sealed 1 week ago. He's also said that with Delhi's coronavirus caseload rising, the Delhi government's hospitals will be reserved for the treatment of Delhi residents only. The central government hospitals will be open to all, but the Delhi government hospitals are only for Delhi citizens, he says. Malls, restaurants and places of worship will also open in the capital from tomorrow, but hotels and banquet halls will remain closed. Kejriwal says that they may be required to be converted into COVID-19 facilities.
कल से दिल्ली के बॉर्डर्स खोले जा रहे हैं। एक हफ्ता पहले हमने दिल्ली के बॉर्डर्स सील किए थे, इसलिए क्योंकि हमें ये लग रहा था कि अगर बॉर्डर्स खोल दिए तो देश भर से जो मरीज आएंगे और दिल्ली के अस्पतालों में इलाज कराएंगे, उससे दिल्ली के अस्पताल अभी जो कोरोना का इलाज कर रहे हैं, क्या उसको बर्दाश्त कर पाएंगे, क्या उस बर्डन को बर्दाश्त कर पाएंगे। इस वजह से बॉर्डर्स को सील किया गया था। कल से दिल्ली के बॉर्डर्स को खोला जा रहा है कि कोरोना तक, जब तक कोरोना है दिल्ली में, तब तक दिल्ली के अस्पताल केवल दिल्ली वालों के लिए रिजर्व होने चाहिए। दिल्ली सरकार के जो अस्पताल हैं, वो अस्पताल केवल दिल्ली के लोगों के लिए रिजर्व होने चाहिए। केंद्र सरकार के जो अस्पताल हैं, उसमें भी 10,000 बेड्स हैं। वहां पे कोई भी देश भर से आके अपना इलाज करा सके, उसके ऊपर दिल्ली सरकार कोई आदेश नहीं पारित कर रही, उसके ऊपर कोई, तो जो जैसे आज व्यवस्था है कि केंद्र सरकार के अस्पतालों में कोई भी जाके इलाज कराता है, केंद्र सरकार के अस्पताल सबके लिए खुले रहेंगे। प्राइवेट अस्पताल केवल दिल्ली वालों के लिए रिजर्व रहेंगे कोरोना तक। केंद्र सरकार के उन्हीं आदेशों के मुताबिक कल से दिल्ली में रेस्टोरेंट, मॉल्स और धार्मिक स्थान खोलने जा रही है, लेकिन दिल्ली में होटल्स और बैंकेट हॉल्स को अभी नहीं खोला जा रहा है, क्योंकि दिल्ली में बढ़ते हुए कोरोना के केसेस को ध्यान में रखते हुए आने वाले समय में हो सकता है हमें कई होटल्स और बैंक्वेट हॉल्स को हॉस्पिटल्स के साथ अटैच करके उनको हॉस्पिटल्स में कन्वर्ट करना पड़े। इसके मद्देनजर अभी होटल्स और बैंक्वेट हॉल्स को नहीं खोला जा रहा है।
Well, India is now the 5th most affected nation from COVID-19 globally, surpassing Spain. India has reported its highest single-day spike of 9,971 COVID-19 cases in just the last 24 hours, taking the total number of infected persons to more than 2,46,000 as we speak. Nearly 7,000 people have lost their lives so far, with 287 new deaths reported yesterday. There's been a spike in the daily COVID-19 count from the country. From around 6,500 cases a week ago, India is now recording close to 10,000 cases on a daily basis. Meanwhile, India's top doctor warns of a coronavirus peak. AIIMS director Dr. Randeep Guleria tells India Today that the peak of the coronavirus is yet to come and local transmission is most likely happening in the hotspots of Delhi and Mumbai.
अभी तो हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि पीक आ गया है या पीक अब आके कम हो रहा है। जब हमारे केसेस बढ़ने से स्टेबलाइज होंगे, मतलब रोज जो रेट ऑफ राइज है वो एकदम कम उतना ही रहेगा और आस्ता आस्ता केसेस कम होने लगेंगे, तभी हम ये कह पाएंगे कि पीक अब आके हम उससे आगे निकल रहे हैं। हमारी डेथ्स जो हैं वो अभी भी बहुत कम हैं एज कम्पेयर टू अदर कंट्रीज। तो मेरा ये मानना है कि केसेस तो हमारे बढ़ेंगे क्योंकि हमारी पॉपुलेशन इतनी ज्यादा है। कई यूरोप के देशेस को मिला के हमारी पॉपुलेशन बनती है, तो हम उनके साथ कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि हमारी पॉपुलेशन उनके हिसाब से तो बहुत ज्यादा है। अगर हम उस हिसाब से देखें तो हमारे केसेस जो हैं बढ़ेंगे, लेकिन इन परसेंटेज ऑफ पॉपुलेशन के हिसाब से देखें तो वो अभी भी कम है। हॉटस्पॉट्स की जैसे हम बात कर रहे हैं, चाहे दिल्ली हो, चाहे बॉम्बे हो या और जगह हो, उसमें हम कह सकते हैं कि चांसेस हैं कि लोकल ट्रांसमिशन हो रहा है क्योंकि केसेस वहां पे ज्यादा आ रहे हैं। अगर हम पूरे देश की बात करें तो ऐसा सिचुएशन नहीं है। तो मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर हम अब 10-12 जो शहर है उनको देखें तो 70 से 80% केसेस वहीं से आ रहे हैं और वहां पे जो है कुछ हद तक लोकल ट्रांसमिशन के चांसेस हैं। इसका ये मतलब है कि वहां पे जो ट्रांसमिशन है वो डायनामिक्स अलग है, वहां पे ट्रांसमिशन कुछ हद तक ज्यादा हो रहा है और वहां पे हमें स्ट्रेस देने की जरूरत है, ज्यादा प्लानिंग की जरूरत है जिससे हम चेन ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन को वहां पे रोक पाएं।
Well, ahead of the Bihar Assembly elections this year, the BJP is all set to sound the poll bugle. Union Home Minister Amit Shah will address a virtual rally at 4 p.m. today. The speech is being broadcast via video conferencing and Facebook Live due to COVID-19 restrictions. Ahead of Amit Shah's virtual address, the opposition RJD has hit out at Amit Shah, calling his rally nothing but political vulturism. The RJD is observing Garib Adhikar Divas today to counter Shah's event. The party also held a Thali Bajao protest against the BJP and its local ally Nitish Kumar's JDU.
आज जो है भारतीय जनता पार्टी आज वर्चुअल रैली कर रही है। मजदूरों की चिंता नहीं है, इन्हें जो है गरीबों की चिंता नहीं है। मजदूर को ये मजबूर मानते हैं, मजदूर नहीं है, देश के वफादार हैं। ये चुनाव की तैयारी कर रहे हैं। हम मजदूर को देखना चाहते हैं, उसकी भूख, उनकी बेरोजगारी, उनका जो तकलीफ मिटाने का वक्त भी है। अभी चुनाव का वर्चुअल रैली के लिए जश्न मनाने का नाम नहीं है, अरबों अरब खर्च करने का समय नहीं है।
मुझे लगता है कुछ लोग, कुछ राजनीतिक पार्टियां केवल नरेंद्र मोदी और बीजेपी का विरोध ही है। गरीबों के अधिकार की चिंता अगर इनको होता तो गरीबों के संवाद की बात करते। गरीबों से संवाद की बात नहीं की, गरीबों के नाम पर अपनी राजनीतिक रोटियां सेक रहे हैं।
In these times of corona, we need to come up with newer ways of communicating. Traditionally, we would have done this as a big rally in Bihar. But given that we do not want to encourage large gatherings, we are using technology to ensure that we can communicate to people our plans and ideas going forward.
अत्यंत खेदजनक बात है कि जो देश के लिए, राष्ट्र के लिए, सभी प्रदेशों के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है और प्राथमिकता विषय कोरोना वायरस है, उसको छोड़ के उसकी जिम्मेवारी से भाग के वो इस तरह की राजनीति कर रहे हैं। कोरोना वायरस की जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मिनिस्ट्री वो गृह मंत्रालय और उसके लिए उनको कोई चिंता नहीं है। 2.5 लाख के करीब केसेस पहुंच गए हैं। पूरी दुनिया में 5वां सबसे ज्यादा केसेस वाला हिंदुस्तान बन गया है।